think the project will be very good for Grand Street. Grand Street is very diverse. In the store here, I get a lot of customers that come from the suburbs, wanting to know what's happening here. Even a curiosity like, oh, this is from here, or it's similar to what is from my country, and all that. So with the mirror, also it shows people will see the similarities, even the differences of the cultures on Grand Street.
The project we're working on is called Grant Street Global Voices. And it's a project that we're doing with Buffalo State College and the Community Academic Center and Buffalo Schools to bring the arts and the culture of the West Side to life, bring attention to it, and to ultimately have it culminate in a mural that's going to be on Grant Street.
I think it'll be an indicator, like maybe for those who don't know what the neighborhood is all about. It'll be like a very obvious indicator that this is a very multicultural neighborhood, and it's kind of a bounty of riches for Buffalo.
The more inviting we make this place, the more people will come. And people can even come from Canada just to see Grand Street, or come from other states.
So we're doing the mural on Auburn and Grant Street. And the next corner is Lafayette and Grant Street. And that, right on that corner basically is Sweetness 7, Global Village, a nice shop, and then just on the next block is Gerchio's, which is a market that I go shopping at. So for me, it's actually a place that I frequent because I live on the West Side and it's convenient for me. Now, I also think of the fact that when I drive from my house to those corners, how many empty storefronts there still are and how much room there is for revitalization. I also think about how many new businesses are owned by Somalians and Burmese and people from all over the world on Grant Street, so it really is an international, global community. So in leading up to the mural, what we're doing is we're connecting with people in the community, and Community Academic Center is working on it in some ways. Buffalo State College classes are working on it, and then we're working on it specifically in the schools in Lafayette and School 45, where our artists are going in and collecting the stories of the students.
All the students were, like 100% of the students were very engaged, even students who never talk in class or usually prefer to do other things were 100% engaged in this project.
Where are you from? Yeah, that's where I'm from. Cool. Hey, I'm closer to you. I'm gonna see you over here. New York.
Do you want to point out where you're from?
Me?
Yeah.
Right here. And Yemen is around by here.
I also learn a lot from the children. I mean, they have a lot of freedom in the way they create that a lot of adults don't have. I think we lose that. We lose a bit of imagination as we grow up. So I've always loved working with kids and seeing the kind of artwork that they create. It frees you. There will be some components in the mural which is inspired by artwork that I work with the children in the different schools on. But the whole mural is not their artwork necessarily. So it will include some of their work, but it's also a lot of other research I've done at the Historical Society, looking at historic pictures of immigrants and different populations that live in, different immigrant populations that live in Buffalo.
There's also visual art going on at the Community Academic Center. There's 2 AmeriCorps workers who are working with kids after school there.
What I like most about working at the Buffalo State Community Academic Center is that I get to meet such a diverse group of kids. I think the kids are most amazing because I can meet kids of all ages who speak, one child can speak over 4 languages. And I learn a lot from them as well as them learning from me. So that's what I like the most about working here.
So it's just great to see how this project has given students a means of communicating, their feelings about their experience in a different medium, basically.
I think the new energy, the huge range of life experiences that come in are really the wealth of Buffalo's future. That's really where all of our opportunity is in, you know, the wealth of the different kinds of people that are deciding to make their home here.
And I think when you bring all of the artwork together, there is some reoccurring themes that happens.
I became aware of Augustina about a little bit over a year ago. I think it was probably like either December or January of 11 or 12 that I met her. A friend of mine told me I should meet her. She had just decided to move to Buffalo.
I came to Buffalo because I was selected to do the McKinley mural, and that's what led me here. And then the other one is on the side of Jim's Stakeout. I worked on that mural with Bruce Adams. We were partners on that project.
So when I met her, she showed me all of these images of murals she'd done all over the world. And so when we started meeting with the Community Academic Center about putting in this request to the National Endowment for the Arts, I knew we needed a centerpiece of artwork that was at a really high caliber. We're kind of part of Tide, you know, we're not the only ones that are there investing in Grant Street, but by a bunch of different groups, a bunch of different people, the business owners investing at the same time, there's going to have much larger impact. And I think murals, art in general, help people to better see their world.